Hey guys, welcome to day one of the Healthy Habits Yoga Challenge. I'm so excited that you guys are here and that we're kicking off our first Facebook Live today. So before we dig in, I have a little bit of housekeeping stuff I want to go over with you. So I hope that you've had a moment to watch my intro video. So it's pinned to the top of the Facebook group. It's just a 2-minute video explaining how the Facebook group works and how the challenge is working and where you can access files. So if you haven't taken a moment to watch it, please do. And if you have questions about it, let me know. If things aren't making sense or you can't find something, please reach out. Reach out in the group, reach out an email. However you need to get in touch with me, just do that. And then also, I wanted to thank all of you who have taken a moment to introduce yourself to the group. So I think it's a really great space for us to have to support each other over the next 7 days. And while I may know some of you, it's really nice for you guys to get to know each other. Again, this is all about creating a safe space and some support. So bear with me, I'm using some new technology, so I'm going to try to share my screen. So hopefully you'll see that. Let's do that. Great. And then we'll dig in from here. So as you might have seen in this morning's email, our theme for today is self-awareness. So being able to tune in to how you're feeling, knowing what works for you and what doesn't, sort of in general in life, and recognizing when you're out of alignment or out of balance are really probably some of the most important things that you can learn. So today we're going to dive into developing self-awareness and how harnessing it can really be a true game changer. So self-awareness is really just about being conscious of who we are and the space that we're in. Our thoughts, feelings, and emotions, they arise in our brain as signals. They typically generate a specific reaction. So that specific reaction that you have is dependent on your pattern of behavior, your memories, and habits that have formed in your brain that we call samskaras. So samskaras are subtle impressions of our past actions. So I like to think of samskaras as these grooves in the brain. You can think of that in relation to like a path that's been forged in the woods, so like a hiking path, where all the grass and the foliage has been pressed down and it's just dirt. Everything's growing around it, but this path is there because everyone walks on this path. So as your habits form in your mind and you continue to do the same things, they form these paths and these samskaras. So developing self-awareness allows us to not be swept away by our emotions or these signals or impressions, but instead to calmly and thoughtfully respond to anything that's happening. So anything that's happening in our external world, when we're self-aware, we can respond appropriately. So I thought a great place to start the Healthy Habits Challenge is by talking about habits are formed and processed according to the yogic and Ayurvedic lens. So that's what we're doing here. So samskara, actions that we perform with full awareness and intention, are the ones that make the greatest impression in our minds. So this processes beautifully with the literal meaning of the word samskara. So sam, that prefix, means well planned and well thought out. And kara, that tail end, means the action undertaken. So if we combine these two, we can determine that samskara means the impressions of the actions we perform with full awareness of the goals. So when we perform these intentional actions, subtle impressions are deposited in our mind field. Each time that action is repeated, that impression becomes stronger. The groove becomes deeper. And so this is exactly how habits are formed, right? So every time we do an action and then we repeat it habitually, it deepens the groove and creates a samskara. So good habits, good samskaras, bad samskaras are all formed by this repetitive motion. So I wanted to share with you this quote from the Stairway to Heaven song by Robert Plant. There are two paths you can go by, but in the long run, there's still time to change the road you're on. And I want to take a second and allow that to soak in. You really have the power to make whatever changes in your life that you want to. But in order to make changes, you really need to be aware of who you currently are. How can you decide where you want to go if you're not in tune with where you are right now. So my goal for this challenge is to help you shine the light of awareness on who you are and where you're at in your life and where you want to go. And I'm here to be that guide to realign you with your truest self, help you create new, positive, and healthy samskaras and healthy habits that will eventually negate the negative ones that have been holding you back. So hopefully that sounds like a good thing to you guys. Let me switch back here so you can see my face. I'm excited to dig into all of this with you this week. So self-awareness is curative. Awareness in general is curative, but self-awareness and being acutely aware to how you respond to things, what you do and don't like in life, and what works for you and what doesn't, literally will change the trajectory of your year, of your life. So in the unit section of the Facebook group, I've uploaded a worksheet for you to work through. It's a self-awareness journaling exercise, something you can do right on your computer. So I've programmed that so that you can type into the fields. You can print it out if you like, or you can journal alongside of it. But please, please, please take a moment to do it. Again, investing the time into doing the physical practice, to tuning in for the live discussion, and then spending the time doing the exercises that I'm sharing is going to help you get the most out of the challenge. So I also sent along today's practice that came through an email this morning. It's in the Facebook group in the units as well. I've also taken it live on YouTube, so just subscribing to my channel, you'll see it there. So let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer them. If they come up at any time, just send me a note in the Facebook group. But as we dig through these things, these first couple of days are pretty intense with what we're digging into. We're getting into things that can be some pretty serious things to change the direction of your life and to make that shift that I know you all want. So thank you for saying yes to you, and thank you for being here today. I will see you guys online tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern time. We're digging into boundaries. So it's some juicy stuff. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thank you again for being here. And until we meet tomorrow, namaste.